The last type of high energy molecule we're going to talk about are reduced cofactors. And so again, we're not going to fully realize why these are considered high energy until we get to electron transport and oxidative phosphorylation. In general, in metabolism, when we're oxidizing carbon and reducing oxygen, this releases energy. This is done using electrons from primarily NADH, NADPH, and FADH2. I've shown you the structure of these on the slide here, or the abbreviated structure, really, I should say. Now, NADH and NADPH are almost exactly the same molecule, okay? Just NADPH has an additional phosphate. Now, let's talk a little bit about the types of electron transfer or the types of redox that they do. What's happening is these molecules perform two electron transfer. NADH or NADPH do that two electron transfer both at a time through a unit of hydride, okay? So this NAD molecule is able to accept a hydride, or you could say the NADH is able to give up a hydride because it is resonance stabilized. And I don't want us to get confused between hydrogen, protons, hydride, hydrogen radicals. So let's keep in mind that a hydride is a hydrogen atom with two electrons and a negative charge. On the other hand, FAD or FADH2 does the two electron transfer one at a time through what is thought to be two hydrogen radicals. Again, is able to do this because the structure is resonance stabilized. And the hydrogen radical is a hydrogen atom with a single unpaired electron. So when does redox release energy? When the acceptor of the electrons has a high affinity for the electrons, or a positive reduction potential, and when the electron donor has a weak affinity for those electrons, or a negative or small reduction potential. The equations for this are on the slides, right, to show you that redox does directly correlate to Gibbs free energy. So, energy is released, or the reactions are spontaneous when the electrons go from low or negative to high or positive reduction potentials. So when we're thinking about what types of molecules can reduce or oxidize others, we can use that tool to think about electrons going from low on this table to high on this table. You can also use the rules that I've shown here on the slide. Things on the bottom can reduce things above them, so they can be reducing agents. Things on the top can oxidize things below them, so they can be oxidizing agents. And that wraps up what we're here to do today, folks. We have talked about metabolism, metabolic pathways, and flux. Understanding that the most important aspect of controlling flux happens at the rate determining step. We also walked through the three main types of high energy compounds, and we talked about why they are high energy. We don't quite have that yet for the redox compounds, but we talked about the favorable directionality of redox reactions. With that, I leave you with this energy-related cat meme. See you next time.